What's up YouTube? Welcome back. We're down here at Revolution Moto today and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of my Zuma 125 versus the Piaggio Fly 150. Off the bat you can take a look that the styling is completely different on both scooters. The Zuma 125 is going to have this outdoor sporty look, where the Piaggio Fly 150 has a bit of vintage look with a modern take. I really do like the styling on the Piaggio 150. It's smooth, it's sleek, it has a nice clean lines throughout. Taking a look at the front, the Zuma 125 has that traditional iconic bug-eyed look, where the Piaggio Fly 150 has your traditional headlamp for your high and low beam. A really nice feature are these daytime running lights. Also, there is an amber turn signal bulb hidden away in there, where it is possible to go ahead and mod this so you have your signal indicator up here flash in unison with the bulb that's in here. And this is how they're usually done in Europe and abroad, but this is how they meet DOT standards, by adding that traditional light there. They both feature telescopic forks in the front. I do believe the Piaggio Fly 150 is a little bit longer and does provide a little bit better suspension than the Zuma 125. Both of them have floating disc brakes on the front, and they both feature rear drum brakes. Both scooters also have your center stand with your side kickstand. Same thing is featured on the Zuma 125. You have your center stand and your kickstand. Both kickstands on both scooters are tied to an ignition kill switch. So when this kickstand is out, it's going to kill the engine. You cannot start it up. You have to get this up and off the ground, and now it's able to start even if it's up on the center stand. The Zuma 125 does have your basic heads-up display. You got your speedometer and odometer, check engine light, turn signal high beams, and fuel gauge. The display on the Piaggio 150 is a lot more elegant. It's really nice to look at. We have your speedometer and odometer right here dead center, fuel gauge off to the left, low gas, engine temperature, check engine light, lights, high beam, turn signal, and a really nice feature is this digital clock and trip meter. Also, another feature on the Piaggio Fly 150 is this anti-theft deterrent right here. Each Piaggio Fly 150 has a microchip specific for the scooter. If the scooter does not recognize the microchip, it will immobilize the engine and it will not be able to start. So that is a really nice anti-theft deterrent compared to this really basic top cap lock with the magnetic release. But it will not kill the engine. Some other features on the Piaggio Fly 150: push in on the ignition switch opens up this little glove box. That's where your battery is located, as well as a small cubby for maybe some of your paperwork, your insurance, your registration, even a small U-lock for your disc brake if you want to carry on a little added security. Another nice feature down here at the bottom is where we go ahead and fuel up the 1.9 gallon gas tank versus the 1 gallon gas tank on the Zuma 125. It's easy to get to, out of the way, low center of gravity, and we're also going to feature a bag hook as standard right here on the front of the seat. You can go ahead and hook up your purse, a couple bags of groceries, maybe a backpack or a helmet to hold for a moment. It does not lock, but it's right here between the legs where you can go ahead and hold on with your legs while riding for a little added security. On the Zuma 125, as we've seen before, the fuel gauge, the gas cap is up here where we're fueling, and it does offer this kind of awkward position to go ahead and fuel it up. A high center of gravity because your gas tank is up here. The Fly 150 does have foldable foot pegs for the rear passenger, where on the Zuma 125 it's just molded into the floorboards. So that's a nice little elegant feature right there. The seat on the Zuma 125 has this long rugged seat, nice and smooth, a little bit of a dip here, versus the seat on the Piaggio Fly 150. You can notice right here, there's the front half, there's a nice little rise right here, and then there's the back half. A lot of space for your rear passenger, but I'm that odd fellow, 5'8", where my most comfortable riding position is right here on this dip. So it's not very comfortable because of where I like to sit. but depending on your riding position, that may not even be an issue. The Piaggio Fly 150 does feature an under seat storage compartment with a separate lock. Open that up, and we have a nice storage compartment right here. We cannot fit a full face helmet in here. You can fit a half face helmet in here, but unfortunately it's not big enough for a full face. And there are no bag hooks, standard hinge right here. We do have a standard, your handlebars for the rear passenger, and if you would take off this plate right here, you can go ahead and add a top rack. On the Zuma 125, we have the handlebars for the rear passenger, but you're going to have to buy separately the top rack so you can go ahead and add a case. If we do open her up though, as we've seen before, the storage compartment on Zuma 125 is a lot more usable. We got a nice open boxy storage compartment, and I'm able to fit a full face extra small helmet. You might be able to fit a small helmet in here, but that's going to be about the biggest you can go, about a small full face helmet. We do have here a bag hook or a helmet hook where you can go ahead and hold your helmet, and when you lock it up, close the seat, it is protected by the seat, so it's locked in place. The Zuma 125 does feature 2 dual rear shocks, while the Piaggio Fly 150 only has the single shock on the back. Both of them have a CVT transmission and rear drum brakes. And I'll go ahead and throw up some specs on the weight difference, on the forks, on the gas tank. But test riding this, it was a great ride. I had a lot of fun riding around on this Piaggio Fly 150. I think she has a great suspension and smoothed out a lot of those bumps on those bumpy roads. What caught me by surprise is just how well balanced she was in the turns. I had no problem getting around the twisties. Take a look at my test ride video and my first-hand experience and first reactions, first impressions on the Piaggio Fly 150. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to go ahead and thank Revolution Moto in Santa Rosa, California for letting me test ride the video. Don't forget to check out their introduction and the bullet points on the Piaggio Fly 150.
Subject detected, 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 detected.